This is the first time ever I couldn't charge.
I might be fucked.
You know that saying, right? If you want to make God laugh, tell me you have a plan. Well, today might just be one of those days.
Whoa. Can't see anything.
Join us on this hot, humid, and wild drive through some serious difficult terrain, and well, I'll let you decide whether I should trust these plugs or not.
And if you're new here, hi, my name is Sandro, and I probably have one of the most unconventional stealth overlanding rigs on the internet. I fully renovated my 2023 Tesla Model X long range, aka Beluga, with a full kitchen, running water, 250 watts of solar on the hood, and plenty more. Throughout the last 2.5 years of solo travel, we have roamed all over North America, conquering some of the most remote regions one can travel to. Slowly, we are driving south on the Pan American Highway to Ushuaia, Argentina, a 20,000 mile journey throughout 15 countries.
Good morning, internet. Welcome to San Cristóbal de las Casas. And today we're going to cover some serious ground. We're going to Veracruz, which is on the other side of Mexico. We're not going to go into Guatemala quite yet because I want to go into Belize before I go into Guatemala, because the border is actually like not far away. It's about maybe 2.5 hours. We're taking a little bit of a detour. And we've been here the last few days. It's been wonderful, quiet. We're about 3,000 meters above sea level, which means that the temperature here has been quite comfortable. As down in Tuxtla, that's where we stopped the last video, it was about over 40 degrees through the day, so it was definitely not manageable.
For today's drive, we're dividing it up into 3 days, totaling 800 kilometers. There are no fast chargers in Chiapas, Tabasco, or Campeche, and many chargers tend to be broken along the route.
I've been advised by some locals here, there's a lot of instability in this area, so they told me to go around this way instead of through the mountains. Gracias, muy amable. Hasta luego. So we ended up staying at Camping San Nicolas. Highly recommended for about 250 pesos, so about $12.50. You get a beautiful camp spot in the mountains away out of the city. So definitely advised. And I'm excited for today's drive. Right now we have 77% battery, and we're supposed to get to the location of charging with 23%. And we'll be going downhill for like at least an hour of the drive. So it'll be really cool to see how much we can recoup and how efficient we can drive. I have turned off my climate control to a 1 right here, and then also just the heat seaters because it's cold. I'm driving on the line, on the white line, because essentially anytime somebody wants to pass me, they can pass me on the left. So we're making 2 lanes out of 1. And it's interesting because here in Mexico, oh my ears. Here in Mexico, you let the driver know that it's okay to pass by using the indicators on the side they're gonna pass on, which is something that took me a few weeks to get used to. But like now, for example, I just indicated that he can pass me because there's no traffic in front of me, that he can pass. Hopefully he'll pass. There we go. Good. See, that's good. That's good. And this is definitely one of my favorite things of having an electric car, is right now our average energy consumption is negative 75 watts per kilometer. That's awesome because we're just going downhill, and we already have more than what we left San Cristóbal de las Casas with 80% right here. For whatever reason, I'm not feeling too well right now, so I'm getting some electrolytes. Trilit. These are like $1 here, super cheap. Oh, that's good. Without many sugars. It's just fresa and kiwi. All right, let's keep going. This is why I started checking my Tesla navigation with Google Maps, which is technically the same because the maps are provided by Google. But if you see here, it's taking me through a very rural area, probably to save some time, but I don't want to take it. You guys already know, I don't have to say it. All is well right now. I feel a little bit more rested. So here we go. The thing just doesn't work. Ya puse, tiene más. Ah, ahí está. Gracias. Siempre un problema. Gracias. I just put 1,000 pesos on there. Oh man.
¿Con chile o natural?
No, así. Con nada. No necesita. Me voy a comer con mis manos.
¿El tenedor tampoco?
No, tampoco. Gracias. Servilletas, gracias.
I think this is super important, and we're all guilty of this sometimes. Not taking the time to look back to see how far we've come. Whatever we're doing in life, I think this is important. I mean, I can't be the only one who misses this sometimes.
Bienvenidos a Villahermosa. Vamos, we've made it. Now let's figure out the charging.
Tienes el servicio para cargar tu vehículo.
Sí, sí, sí.
Y ellos te van a dar indicación de lo que vas a
Ok,
hacer.
sí, está bien.
Porque
Sí.
así conectado no te van a dejar.
Sí, yo sé.
¿Sí?
Sí.
Ok, bueno, está.
Gracias. Vale. It's definitely seen its fair share of sun here, but we're charging right now at 40 amps right now, 6 kilowatts. I think it's also time that I pop a Tylenol. This headache. Good morning. I'm feeling about 10 times better since yesterday, and that's good because we have another 3.5 hours to drive today to our campsite, and hopefully they have grounded electricity, because if not, we're gonna be in trouble because we're kind of going through another dead zone today. I also think nobody really noticed that I was camping here, or maybe they didn't care enough, but that's the stealth mobile, right? After seeing yesterday's hotel prices, 3,600 pesos, I instantly felt better. So, yeah, because I was actually considering sleeping in a hotel because I was not feeling great, and it was over 40 degrees Celsius. I also charged to 90% yesterday. Actually, there we go, proper way. Gotta store it. These are very precious, but we charged to 90%. So our first stop is gonna be Chedraui, a grocery store, and then we're gonna go to our campsite, edit like that, which is about halfway to, just a bit about halfway to Campeche, that's where the next chargers are. But even there, we're not really sure because I saw on PlugShare that this hotel has closed. So we might have to charge there and then make it to Merida. That's where the first supercharger is, 250 kilowatts. It'll be very nice to make it there. And then we're pretty much in the Yucatan. You know how it is. You go into the supermarket to get one item, but then you end up leaving with like 5, 10 extra things. Okay, so we're ready to go. It's always a funny thing with me, as I never carry a bag usually, and I always say I'm gonna get 1 or 2 items, and then I'm grabbing a bunch of things. But I feel that the house is stocked up pretty well, because I don't want to be overly dramatic here right now, but I'm trying to prepare, as I am assuming that this charger is not going to be there. So, yeah. I think we are here. Entrance should be right there. So he's saying the key is on the post. There we go. Working hard. Okay, I guess this is the outlets I have here to work with. Okay, that's promising. That's probably the grounder. That's what we want to see. Outlets. Hopefully this works. Ah, fuck. No grounder. Fuck. I might be fucked. Okay, so the first one didn't work because there wasn't a grounder proper. So the owner told me that there, in his bathroom, he has connections. So let's see this, see if it works. Okay. Again, red. I think we have to implement a new plan. This is not gonna work. None of the outlets here are properly grounded, so my car is not gonna take the charge. So we might have to backtrack. All right. We're good. I think we're okay. We still got plenty of juice right now. So it's back to, see that? The caramen. Oh, man, it is hot. 47 degrees. So I ended up talking to one of the guys that works there, and he told me that there's a reverse Polaris, so they don't really ground their stuff here properly. So that means Beluga can't charge. So now we're gonna go back about an hour back to see that the Carmen. I think the chargers are, there it is. There they are. Don't you love to see this though? Doesn't this look like a piece of art? Because it's so hot. But we're charging right now, so that's good. Let's see. Okay. So we're getting 36 amps right now. 7 kilowatts. So for this road trip, I've actually been using the car's outlets to charge my fridge. But now that I'm going away, everything doesn't turn off yet. So that's why I have my fridge running off the solar panels right now. That's my EcoFlow down here, and then it's wired. My Starlink 2 is wired to this inverter that I have here. So on long drives, I kind of want to conserve energy too with my EcoFlow because the car cannot charge with dual inputs anymore. So right now we're getting 100%. Let me turn the 12 volt DC on. Okay. These are the solar panels. I installed them about 4 months ago. 125 watts, so 250 total. In Florida with my friend Cal. Thank you, Cal, if you're watching this. Huge shout out to you, man. Appreciate it because it's keeping me alive right now. But man, it is hot. Good morning. You could probably tell from my hair that I slept really, really well. And I'm feeling a little bit better, but still. So, oh God. You might be able to tell that it's super windy right now, which has its pros and cons. Essentially, we have about 389 kilometers to the supercharger in Merida, Yucatan. We should be able to make it. That I have to drive below 85 kilometers per hour to make it to the spot, which isn't, I think, a big issue here. But with this amount of wind, I don't know. And the only charging option that we have is in Campeche, and it is a slow charger, and then there's a Nissan dealer as well, but the hardware seems to be broken through the PlugShare app, so I'm not sure. And yesterday too, when I drove, I ended up driving over some paint. So I have paint here as well, and then on my tires there. What a day. But honestly, this stuff doesn't really bother me because as long as I'm safe and I'm healthy, that's the most important things when it comes to road tripping like this. It is very tiresome, but there's a sense of freedom, and that's where I think I'm after. So let's start our day. See, if we stay below 53 kilometers per hour, we should get to the supercharger with 7%. I have a 100% battery, and if I do that into distance, it's 518 kilometers worth of range. And that is actually more than what's predicted sometimes. I think it's based off how you drive and yeah, some other variables. But we should be able to make it because it's only 392 kilometers to the supercharger. I think we also have to pull over soon because I have to start hypermiling. So I'm gonna implement my solar to the fullest degree because that's why we have it. Because right now it says we're gonna get there with negative 10%. So on road trips like this, I'm gonna disconnect my Starlink from the car and then plug it in the back of here. Okay, perfect. Hola. ¿Qué? No, está bien. No, está bien. Ya me voy. So we're gonna get to the supercharger with negative 9%, but that's why we have the solar. So nothing is actually taking anything out of the battery, the high voltage. So here we have 90 watts coming into the EcoFlow with the solar panels up front. This is amazing because now we can hypermile and just focus on conserving as much energy as we can by driving slow. On road trips like this, there are a few things that I do to optimize range. One, I have FSD engaged because it is a proper road right now. So I'm letting the car drive. Oh, whoops. I have FSD drive me. It is a very smooth road. I'm driving 80 kilometers per hour, which is the suggested speed limit here as well. And the second thing that I do is I have climate control turned off, but that is still subject to change as it is going to be super hot, super muggy, so I might turn that back on. But I usually do it towards later of the day. Right now it's about 8 o'clock in the morning, so around like maybe 10, 11, I'll turn climate control on. I do have the ventilated seats on, but it's still sticky, it's hot. But I think it does help save battery. Okay, so it says we're gonna get there with 7% right here, and charging needed still to reach the closest supercharger. But I think the hypermiling is working very much right now. And as we go here, the energy graph. So right now our projected range is about 396 kilometers, and we have 461 kilometers in the high voltage right now. And the third thing that I do, which some people think is a little bit weird, but I drive barefoot so I can really feel the input of the car. And the reason why I drive barefoot is I can feel the acceleration coming in when I push down softly, and I keep a good eye in front of me, in front of the UI, to make sure that I'm not accelerating too fast. And the fourth thing that I do is I lower my air suspension to very low. It's not the greatest for the tires, it's more like performance enhancing, but I wanted to reduce the drag as much as I can. So it is a powerful tool, and I'm doing it right now. The most important thing is, which is kind of unconventional, but I have a really nice cold drink with me right now. Because boy, it is hot. Welcome to Yucatan, guys. Bienvenidos. Look at that. We're so close to the supercharger. I am so exhausted but so excited for a fast charge. It'll be really nice. A first supercharging experience in almost a month now. 250 kilowatts here in Merida. Oh, that felt nice. Oh, whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. For a second there, I thought I couldn't charge. Whew. Okay. And thank you for being here with us today. It's been quite the roller coaster of a drive the last few days. Over 500 miles. And yeah, it feels like today I had this reverse Uno card, you know, where I was supposed to get here with negative 11%, but that ended up being 13% in the positive. See, there are ways to get to the most remote areas. This is only possible because of people like you for watching my videos all the way to the end, sharing it with a friend. And I do have a Patreon, so go check that out if you want to support us additionally. But either way, I'm very grateful. And let's keep pushing boundaries together and find a way to survive this 40-degree heat. But that's a story for another day. Cheers.